The Sunday before Thanksgiving, our congregation has shared in a bread communion with our children leading the way. Our children and youth baking bread for all to share touches our heart in tender places. The sacred ceremony symbolizes that in building beloved community, we hold children in a sacred place. The baking and sharing of bread is deeply important. There are many kinds, and every cultural tradition has some kind of bread. And not everyone has enough bread. Sharing bread on Thanksgiving Sunday shows that everybody is worth feeding. We have a common interest in making sure that there is bread for all. Not only for our children or our congregation, but also for the world. And what could be more sacred than that? Bread for everyone, bread for the world, based in a theology of gratitude and generosity. For Kwanzaa, as UUs, we celebrate how the 7 principles of Kwanzaa resonate with our principles and purposes. In the past, our member shared a Kwanzaa rap written by her UU mother in Buffalo UU Church. Currently, we have a member who grew up in Nigeria who's a professional drummer and storyteller. And most years, we collaborate with African American cultural arts groups. Right now, we'll be having our 3rd year in a row with a group from Camden that's outstanding, bringing dance, storytelling, for the solstice. This happens on the shortest day, when there is the most darkness. We come to honor the dark on our planet Earth and in ourselves, and to call back the sun. To call back the sun to warm us and prepare our planet to feed us and take care of us again. We roll the wheel of fire down the parking lot, and nobody rolls it into any cars or people. Christmas. The birth of Jesus brought great hope. He became a prophet, reaching out to the margins, calling us to help bring God's kingdom to life here and now. With gorgeous music, lighting candles on Christmas Eve, we recall the words of the great Unitarian educator, Sophia Lyons-Foss, and Gloria, who, by the way, made this PowerPoint, and it's outstanding. Thank you, Gloria, is going to pull up Sophia Lyons-Foss, and I would invite you, if we may say these words together, sort of a Unitarian Universalist theology of Christmas. Let us say together, please. Yet each night a child is born is a holy night. Fathers and mothers sitting beside their children's cribs feel glory in sight of a new life beginning. They ask, where and how will this life end? Nor will it ever end. Each night a child is born is a holy night. A time for singing, a time for wondering, a time for worshiping. Jazz funeral for the old year. In 2016, we celebrated our 11th. Tragically, 8 months after our first jazz funeral, Hurricane Katrina crushed the Gulf Coast. And we were fortunate enough to have 2 delegations go down to help and partner. And it brought more richness to us celebrating this every year with our jazz band. Combining African, Caribbean, European, and American cultures, the jazz funeral honors rich histories. Service conjures back to 18th century when African slaves congregated in Congo Square, singing and dancing to the beat of the drums. The celebration honors a tradition going back to burial societies, which were created by and for recently freed people of color, providing spiritually vibrant send-offs. Wynton Marsalis, the grand master of American jazz and maybe international jazz right now, hails from New Orleans, and he says it this way, which I think is a good theology of the jazz funeral. Wynton says, music heals people because music is vibration which comes to and from your body. He goes on saying, I cannot imagine all the people Louis Armstrong's music heals, all the people Bach's music heals, Beethoven, Coltrane, not made them feel good, healed. Dr. King Day of Service, we celebrate the life and ministry of one of the greatest Americans. On that Monday, Philadelphia has the largest operation of volunteer workers in the United States, over 70,000 in recent years. And USG is a headquarters for people from all over to come together. We've helped put over 600 volunteers to work in over 32 projects in recent years. And the worship service on Sunday charges our batteries for all of that, which is a year-long endeavor. Easter, Bruce Springsteen sings, come on up for the rising, come on up, put your hand in mine, come on up for the rising. Easter is Bruce theology, believe me, people. I'll have a cup of coffee with anyone who wants to go into that. Easter, which is serious and life-affirming and life-saving, brings all of us the opportunity to come out of our caves and with all our might rise up with despair out of hope. Out of despair with hope. That really happened. Passover is the journey from bondage to freedom. We experience humble power participating in this historic human sacred ritual, allowing us to reflect upon the ways in which we suffer and create bondage today. Passover empowers us to work with all of our brothers and sisters to achieve real and meaningful liberation for the body, mind, and soul. At USG, we've been working hard for decades, slowly tilting the tables towards a more radically inclusive and dynamic empowerment for all. And many times, folks, including myself, struggle with the slow pace of welcoming a wider variety of people. Sometimes it seems real slow, but we are trying. We're growing every day in our embrace of a church where people look different from each other, talk differently, listen to different radio programs, read different books, and have different ideas. And our diverse holy days help us in connecting deeply with the sacred, with tradition, and with each other.